comes into your hospital.
Everyone, it's Joshy Biles. I'm watching a Hassan video about Mitch McConnell.
Give it $1.50. Technically, the morgue is also in the hospital. So they're not lying when they say Mitch McConnell's in the hospital. He's just not. He's in the morgue. Or at most, at best, if he's not in the fucking morgue.
Alright, so we're gonna try Beachside again. I don't think we'll have much luck, but let's just give it a shot.
Okay? We're gonna get sincere for a moment. And I hate to talk about my boyfriend like this, but, you know.
That you've just shown with the story that we heard earlier about there being CPR in progress. So let's start from the beginning. You get a call to EMS about someone being unconscious. We send an ambulance crew out to assess. The causes of unconsciousness are myriad, ranging from seizures, which I and others have speculated that Senator McConnell may be having based off of those episodes where he freezes on camera. Could be that. It could be that he fell and hit his head. It could be a cardiac arrest with your heart stopping. So you get the call, the ambulance, the EMS specialists go. When they arrive at the house, they assess.
You got money.
They say, do they have a pulse? Are they breathing? Are they talking? That's the point. It sounds like where someone was in progress. Now, that CPR could have been initiated by the ambulance folks, by the paramedics or medics, or it could have been initiated by someone in the house. And for viewers, knowing CPR is great, but just because you initiate CPR as an untrained professional doesn't mean someone had a heart attack. Okay, that's as much as we've known up until now, is that there was CPR in progress and the ambulance did respond. Now you have this video. The thing that struck me about the video, Kate, is that nobody seems to be in a rush. Right? If there really had been CPR in progress, if Senate...
Yeah, because he's dead. The sense of urgency has gone away because he has passed.
Senator McConnell had truly been in a cardiac arrest, you would expect that they would be rushing, not taking their time, loading the patient into the ambulance. So that's the big additional piece of information that I think we got today. Beyond that, it is largely speculative, and I think we're all wishing Senator McConnell the best.
Absolutely. And as kind of noting, Senator McConnell obviously has been in the public life for decades, and he has had a lot of health issues in the past. We know that he had polio as a child. He's been hospitalized for falling in recent years.
I want the money purse. I just don't know how I'm going to get it.
Of freezing up in public that you're noting. He spent a week in the hospital this year. His office said it was for flu-like symptoms. He's 84 years old. If you have a patient with a profile like this, what questions, concerns do you have at this point?
Well, to me, one of the biggest questions is around the fact that he's been in the hospital for 3 weeks. For an average person, for you, for me, for viewers or their parents, a 3-week stay in the hospital means that you're pretty seriously ill. We try to get folks out of the hospital pretty quickly these days. Now, that may be a little bit different for Senator McConnell, given that he is a VIP. But it makes me concerned that
he's dead, though. Why would they?
Critical care, or has some elements of his stay that are requiring continued hospitalization rather than home care. And then on top of it, I would...
Why won't you ask the question? Just ask the question, please. Like, everyone wants to know the answer to one question. Nobody cares about all this other shit. Just ask, is there a likelihood that he's dead? That's it. Why is that so tough? Just be like, I know you are a medical professional who's not overseeing this process at all. What's the likelihood that he's dead?
Want to, make sure that all of his systems are working as best as they can. His mind, his heart, his lungs. As you noted, he did have polio as a child. It's one of the reasons why he's been such an active advocate appropriately for childhood vaccination. But that can have long-term effects as well. And then the biggest thing before I send him home is I want to make
now I got to re-roll a bunch of times.
He's not at
or
risk
one
of
time.
falling or having another event, and that he's properly cared for.
All right. Well, I don't like how this turned out. Let's give it a shot.
Right now.
It's a battle.
Republican lawmakers on Capitol Hill say they've been kept in the dark.
We haven't spoken directly. I've texted with him and talked to people with his office and his staff. And, I don't know much more than what the public knows.
I have not had any conversations with him. I understand that some of my colleagues have. We wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah, no, I have not heard from him. And I think it's a question that Republicans should be asking.
Do you know that he's alive?
I don't. Just the things that I've heard and seen from some friends is that he's obviously not doing well, but don't know if he's alive or has passed
There
away.
we go. What are we doing? That's what I'm talking about. I mean, that's it. That's what people want to know. Nobody gives a shit about anything else.
One of the reasons why people are talking about this, political people are talking about this in a kind of ghoulish way, frankly, is that
In a ghoulish way. There's only one ghoul in this story, and he's a dead ghoul. His name is Mitch McConnell. The fuck do you mean they're talking in a ghoulish way?
Kentucky Senate vacancy law, meaning what do you have to do if suddenly a Senate seat is open? Well, there's a special election. The governor has to call for it.
I want the sword, but
the
maybe I
seat
can't
has to be
justify it.
empty until a winner is certified. So the idea is that the clock is somehow ticking on if suddenly there's an open seat in Kentucky, whether it can be filled. What I don't know is why Republicans are kind of leading the charge online talking about this. This is Nancy Mace in a social media post. If McConnell is in as bad a shape,
I think you do know, and I think that's the reason why you called it ghoulish. There's a reason why some Republicans are talking about this, because this would open up an opportunity for Thomas Massie to run in the special election, and would give a 4-month window to Thomas Massie to be a Republican senator. That's it. That's the only reason why people are looking at this, right?
Biden ever was, or worse, he needs to step aside. This charade can't continue. We can't demand of others what we won't demand of ourselves.
I think this is.
We're dead.
kinda
We
crazy,
can't survive this.
Frankly, I can speak a little bit to this personally. When my dad was running for Congress in Iowa, Western Iowa, in 2020.
He died. He died. He was dead, and we just put him on a gurney, put him on a chair, and just moved him around.
How did I ever beat this level?
My God, Mitch McConnell's wife just fled to China while husband unconscious. Mitch McConnell's brain dead. Oh my God, Benny Johnson, Jesus Christ, bro! If I did this shit low key, CNN will be talking about how unbearable I am. How the fuck does the right get away with everything, including on other right wingers? Yes, we gotta do these insane AI thumbos going forward. That's what we gotta do. The dog eat dog world out there, man. Jesus Christ. Clearly this AI thumbo worked. You got 500,000 on a day. Oh,
Not
was
bad.
diagnosed with stage 4 intestinal cancer, and we made the decision that since it wasn't ongoing to come public and disclose everything. I think McConnell is doing fine. Scott Jennings has backed up that he's completely fine, and he's totally
Don't skip over that. You said we made the decision to be public.
because there was a pending election that voters were going to make a decision on. But you look at what's happening in the Senate right now; they're not doing anything of.
dude, that's awesome. This is my favorite fucking line of argument. They're all old. They don't do shit anyway. Dude, you're not supposed to admit that. You're a fucking demon. What is this, man? Why? Why are these guys royalty? What the fuck is this shit? Oh, these guys don't do anything anyway. Have you seen the Senate? Okay, yeah, that's kind of a problem, don't you think? That's actually the problem. Yes, Chatter, I'm moving in with him. I had to send the renovators in ahead of time, okay? Yes, the floor was ugly. I'm putting in tile. Sorry, I meant rugs. I'm putting in a new rug. Are you why his wife left? Yes. Yes. She couldn't handle the sex that we were having. And she had to escape to China. And now, because I'm in the will,
Sounds true,
I'm
man.
selling the home. I'm flipping it.
There we go. Now we're cooking with gas.
Since there's not going to be a Save Vote Act, it looks like they don't need his vote right now. He's announced his retirement. He's being replaced by most likely Andy Barr in Kentucky. It'd be exciting to see. But I think this is much ado about nothing. I think we should give him the grace and give him some privacy. He'll come out when he is, when he feels comfortable.
Dude, what are you talking? This is a senator, bro. This isn't, dude.
It's an important job.
Like Taylor Swift. Okay? This is an American senator. What do you mean he'll come out when he feels like it? It's in the public's interest to know his whereabouts at all times.
Ask a question. If you're a resident of the
I
state
could
of
pump crit
Kentucky
damage.
and need
Let's go
healthcare
ahead
or
and do
passport,
that.
What State Department? Who do you call?
No, he's not. He's in the fucking morgue. He's dead. I mean, the fact that they haven't released a statement up until now after 26 days of being in the hospital, come on, man. They're gonna fucking figure out how to go about this. But what do you mean, dude? You think 84-year-old Mitch McConnell's in the hospital for 26 fucking days? Even the doctor that they interviewed earlier was like, yeah, it's pretty unlikely.
You call Senator Mitch McConnell's office. Oh, please. The Senate staff. Everyone knows that the Senate staff is really where the magic happens. I think. Well, no, but
I hate this shit, bro. Like, openly flexing. Perhaps you are unfamiliar with white privilege in the colonies. Wait, what? I can't stand this motherfucker just straight up being like, dude, don't worry, it's the staffers that have been doing the work anyway. Look at him, he's a skeleton. Okay, thanks, man. Hey, it kind of feels like you're defending this unjustifiable system, and it's very strange. You should probably be critical of this, right? Because like that's what the average American, that's how the average American feels. We hear this shit and we go, "That's disgusting."
that because there is not a major piece.
Alright, for now we can collect some more money.
Fighting legislation. Yeah.
Fighting legislation's priority to Republicans that somehow the residents of the state of Kentucky are entitled to know, number one, what the health status is of one of the most senior senators in the United States. And two, the fact that there isn't an election somehow.
Because I think during when McConnell was a leader, he was somewhat
Kind of crazy or against HIPAA now? Yes. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah. Yeah, it's a fucking dead senator. I think that is, again, in the public interest. Is the joke, please? Oh, okay.
who manipulated the calendar a lot. Somebody who would delay votes for this reason or that reason, most famously when it came to the Supreme Court. Meghan McCain weighed in as well, another child of a Politico, saying, I also have a lot of regrets, almost a decade since my dad's passing. My family should have forced him to step down the second he was diagnosed, which is why I'm now an advocate of age and term limits in politics. I also sincerely hope Senator McConnell okay. What struck me there was the word.
Yes, this is two things, and you have the experience of having it be both a political matter and a personal matter. Everyone as a personal matter has had to deal with aging parents who you have to take their car keys away
Good luck.
and have that difficult
Need
conversation.
defense.
They have to decide what they're going to do when
We're talking about a senator. Oh my God, we're talking about one of the most powerful people in American society right now. We are talking about a senator. Oh my God, our gerontocracy has to change, man. It is so fucking insane. Holy shit.
they, if they're going to go into special facilities, et cetera. When it becomes more than that, it's when it's a political matter, and not just about the election, but
The funniest part about this is that Senator Mitch McConnell is going out the way he lived, in exactly the way he would want to go out, delaying a procedural issue by filibustering. Okay, like that's straight up. That's his life. Like he's going out an obstructionist. That was his claim to fame, and he's doing it.
about transparency. And I do take the point that at this point, if Mitch McConnell is well enough to be gabbing to Scott Jennings, he should be well enough to call in to CNN or to the New York Times or to Fox News or whatever to show that he's okay. And the fact that he hasn't done that is quite frankly leading to these conspiracies.
I could, because again, I think there's a chair where we read.
Let's just throw up a shield. It'll make us invincible.
He is a very strong man. He does not like being told what to do.
I don't think I need money anymore. The money's done.
Yeah, he works on his own time frame, and so I think you got to give it to him. Give him a few days.
Let me pray for someone you pointed out this week who you could describe very similarly, the former Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. When he went to the hospital for his treatment, it became quite the scandal for Republicans, and in the end, he came out. I want to play for you the lesson that he gave from that moment.
I don't think it's news that I'm a pretty private guy. I never liked burdening others with my problems, It's just not my way. But I've learned from this experience.
Yeah, he was also not 8,700 years old. Why are you talking about him like he's alive? I mean, I know.
So taking this kind of job means losing some of the privacy that most of us expect. The American people have a right to know if their leaders are facing health challenges that might affect their ability to perform their duties, even temporarily.
Even temporarily. Also notice he said the loss of privacy is part of the gig. And I just want to put up some images here in memoriam. These are lawmakers who have died while they were holding office since 2024. And you pointed out many of these names, a lot of G's.
It's a lot of old people. I mean,
Yeah.
we should all
I still ride, but slowly, so he doesn't go into cardiac arrest. Yeah, I lied.
discuss the fact the United States Senate is a gerontocracy. It is.
I think the reason why people are discussing it is because the Biden thing was this like big wake up call where everybody was questioning and Republicans were still questioning.
I mean, this is the other thing. We don't know what President Trump actually is suffering from. What are his
We have a lot of segments on the rumors about various health issues.
Various health issues where doctors speculate with swollen ankles, the continued bruising on his arms, on his hands. I mean, there are lots of questions about when people get to a certain age. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he's 80. Mitch McConnell is, how old is Mitch McConnell now?
Yeah, he's
in his 80s. I mean, obviously Biden was also in his 80s. I mean, you start to have serious health concerns. And my point about this, more broadly, is I think the more general point, which is about what do you owe the voting public about
What do you owe?
what do you owe the voting public about your health?
He's 84.
Alright, I'm done. I think I gotta stop playing this game, really. I mean, I probably won't stop playing it entirely, but the progress is slowed down so much. Like, what am I even playing for anymore? It's Jover. This game is Jover. Oh. Alright, that's it. I'm going to bed. Good night, everybody. Save recent gameplay, full video.